let's be honest. You all missed this one before you missed me. Right, Chloe? I'm glad you're back. Hey everyone, welcome to Ember Blake Writes. I'm Ember Blake and I make videos about writing and my journey towards becoming a self-published author. So let's get down to it. Where have I been? The truth of the matter is I started filming for week 3 of Camp NaNoWriMo, and 3 days in a row I just had bad days. Burning at Both Ends had gotten into the very end, the second half of the second act, and it just was kind of floundering, and I felt like I was writing the same thing over and over again, and not in like a good way. Is that ever a good thing? I don't I know how the book is going to end, and really the last 25% of the book has already been outlined and is not changing. I know most people say like, oh, you know, wait and see how your characters handle it, but the ending is part of why I wrote the book in the first place. So I know exactly how the book's gonna end, but getting there has proven to be quite a problem. So I decided to take a break. I was feeling really down, and on top of the fact that I was feeling overwhelmed with writing and AuthorTube and everything else, I finally heard back from that writing contest. I was debating not sharing this with you guys at all because, long story short, I didn't make finalists. Thinking back, I do agree with their decision. My first draft was of The Scent of Cedar, like the first 20 or so pages, upon reflection, are not very strong. So I'm not really surprised that I didn't win, but at the same time, failure sucks. It really sucks. Especially when you're feeling inadequate as a writer anyway, to kind of have concrete failure thrown in your face. Not great. I wasn't even really wanting to make this video because I just really have been enjoying my break from AuthorTube. But I did want to share with you guys where I've been and what I've been doing and kind of my plans moving forward. Basically one day I woke up and I was just like, I'm just not gonna write. I'm just not gonna write, I'm gonna take a break. And as I was taking a break, I realized that thoughts of my romance novel, The Scent of Cedar, started kind of coming into my head. Various scenes, ideas for like plot points and stuff were kind of floating through. I was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little excited about working on this novel again, but I'm not gonna like overdo it. I'm gonna just kind of like keep taking a break. And I focused on, you know, my relationship. I focused on seeing friends and family and really just having some me time and like, you know, playing some video games I hadn't played in a while. So, you know, kind of just relaxing and trying to get back to a sense of normal. And it was great. It was so great. And then recently I kind of decided to start writing again. I've wrote a few scenes now. I've decided to shelve Burning at Both Ends for a while now because it really, I think, just needs to marinate. It really needs to marinate. You'd think as a writer, I would be able to words. The good news is, about a week or so ago, I started writing again. I have been really wanting to get back into The Scent of Cedar for probably about a month now. I've started kind of, ever since Save the Cat, since I read it, I've been thinking about that book because that was the first book I ever finished writing. So that book, it really has a special place in my heart, and I love the characters, especially the female protagonist, Heather. She is one of the most real and fully thought out characters I've ever created, and she's wonderful. I just love working with her and being in her headspace. So I decided to re-outline everything with Save the Cat. Shortly thereafter, I started working on getting these two characters to fall in love again. Half of what I've written already so far is new material, And a lot of what I'm looking at right now is going to be new material. The good news is the characters meet on page 28 instead of page 128 like in the first draft. Hence why it was a 0 draft. So right now I'm sitting at 12,574 words in my new manuscript. So things are looking pretty good. I've just kind of hit the debate section of Save the Cat. So now I've written one scene for that. I'm gonna write probably another 3 or 4 scenes maybe for the debate period before Heather actually decides to hire this contracting firm to work on her house. And that's going to kick off them spending a lot of time together and falling in love. Things are going really good, at least on the writing front. I'm really not pressuring myself. I'm not, you know, you have a deadline of this time, you have a deadline of that time. The fact of the matter is there's lots of stuff going on right now. I actually have to travel next week for work, and you know, it's the summer, so I'm going to like a whole bunch of weddings. And I think one of the biggest takeaways from my break was that it is really, really hard to be creative all the time. It takes a lot of energy, especially when you're being creative on multiple fronts. I have been very inspired by a lot of the other authors on this platform and how they can do this. I work a full-time job, but so do a lot of the other people on this channel, and they still manage to write, and they still manage to film and edit and post videos. I don't know how they can come up with all of that energy, truly. They are incredible. They are the reason I'm even filming this video, because it is always easier to walk away from extra work than it is to put in the time, even if you're feeling burnt out, and at least let everyone know that you're okay and you haven't dropped off the face of the earth. At least not physically. Mentally, still not sure where I'm at. So I wanted to film this video just real quick and just, you know, thank everybody for sticking around. When it comes to future content on this channel, I'm not really sure what it's going to be like. The one thing that really stuck with me was how long it takes to edit multiple days worth of footage together. So when it comes to my vlogging type videos, I will probably only film one day and just stick to that, because Camp NaNoWriMo was crazy and it took like an extra 2 hours to edit those videos just because it, you know, it was more footage to edit. So this time around I'm just gonna stick to one day. I do plan to keep doing challenge videos, and I do plan to even create a couple challenges. I have one challenge I'm working on. I'm trying to come up with a couple more questions, and when I come out with that, I will post that and tag people in it. Other than that, I'm just gonna kind of post when I feel inspired. I think that will end up having better quality videos. I think when I'm in the mood to film and do all the work with posting a video, I think it's gonna come across a lot more excited and genuine and stuff like that. And so even though this video is kind of like my gateway, if you will, to getting back into AuthorTube, I don't know what my schedule's gonna be like. I don't know how I plan to do any of this, but at the same time, I'm not gone. I'm still here. I'm just gonna be kind of posting quite sporadically. There's always gonna be the opportunity to grow my channel later. There's always gonna be the opportunity to, you know, really get back into it when I have the energy for it. And so I wanna just kind of keep at least in communication with everyone. In particular, I wanna shout out Audrey Henley for tagging me in her AuthorTube Pay It Forward tag. I can say with zero hesitation that that video was what got me to do this. It is that kind of, dare I say, friendship in general, like just, you know, looking out for one another, that reminded me what an amazing community this is and how blessed I am to be a part of it. So thank you so much, Audrey. I really appreciated your very sweet shout out, and I am, you know, here because you helped me get through, you helped me get over a hurdle. Bear with me, and I'm sure you'll be seeing me around sometime soon. I just don't know what's coming up. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody. Bye.